Hi there. My name is Holt Skinner, and today we're going to explore Notebook LM, Google's simple yet powerful tool for information understanding and organization, built from the ground up with Gemini. We'll also explore Google Agentspace, an enterprise tool from Google Cloud, which includes Notebook LM for enterprise. First of all, what is Notebook LM, and why is it called that? Well, think about the physical notebooks you might use every day. They're a convenient place to keep track of information and documents. You can notate your thoughts, ideas, reminders, tasks, and other things related to it. You can keep an organizational system, or it might be more chaotic, depending on what works best for you. Now, imagine if that notebook could understand everything in it, answer any question about it, or even help you brainstorm new ideas. Well, that's what Notebook LM can do. It's a notebook built with Gemini, a generative AI language model, or LM, hence Notebook LM. Gen AI models are great for reading large amounts of unstructured data and then writing summaries or answering specific questions about that data. Okay, great. So what can I do with this and how can I use it? Well, let's jump right in and show you. All you need is a Google account. For this example, let's pretend that we're a student currently enrolled in a class focused on the history of computer science, and we're going to use Notebook LM to help us study for an exam. Go to notebooklm.google and click Try Notebook LM to get started. Accept the terms of service, then click Create New Notebook. At this point, we can start importing our data. We can load in files from Google Drive, Docs, websites, audio files, and even YouTube videos. I'll load in a Google Doc with class notes, a PDF containing some class slides, the Wikipedia article on history of computer science, and a YouTube video from Crash Course Computer Science. Once it finishes loading, I have lots of options to look at. First, we can see that this notebook has automatically generated a title and an emoji based on what we added. Very clever. On the left side, I can view the original sources and view summaries and key topics. I can click on any of these topics to get a generated outline of them. Let's focus on the chat section here. I get a summary of all the sources I've uploaded, and I can start asking questions. For example, what if I want to learn more about Ada Lovelace? I get a detailed answer about her and the impact she made on computing. And notice all these citations. This response from Gemini is grounded to the information I provided, and I can check the original source, so I don't need to worry about hallucinations or made-up answers from the model. Notebook LM also provides me with some sample questions I can ask in case I'm stuck on where to go next. This chat window retains the context of my previous messages, so I don't need to repeat myself. I can even ask for the responses in a different language. For example, let's try asking for an answer in Spanish. Being able to have a conversation with my notes is already incredibly useful, but we can do even more. Let's say I have a final exam coming up that covers the entire timeline. I can go under Notes and click on Timeline, and Notebook LM will write out a timeline in chronological order of every key event listed in the notes. I can then save this as a source, which will be used as context for future chats, and I can easily refer to it later. I can also create a study guide for myself, which makes a quiz with an answer key, some essay questions, and a glossary of key terms. And of course, I can add my own notes that can be converted to sources if I want to remember them. Now, let's say I feel completely overwhelmed with reading and I need to head outside, but I still need to keep studying. Well, Notebook LM still has me covered. I can create an audio overview, which is a 2-host podcast where they deep dive through my whole notebook. I can optionally list some items I want the host to focus on, then click on Generate. In just a few minutes, I have a fun and engaging way to review all this information. Let's listen.
You sent over some amazing stuff, really gets you thinking. I mean, where do we even begin with something this big?
Well, I think it's interesting to start by thinking about how old the need for computation really is.
Oh, absolutely. Way older than computers.
Way older. I mean, we're talking ancient civilizations here, like the abacus. That was invented in Mesopotamia, what, like 2700 BCE, something like that?
Wow. So like before even formal number systems, they had a way to calculate and keep track of complex problems.
Exactly. And think about it. People still use abacuses today in different forms all around the world. It just shows you how powerful a simple idea.
I can even interact live with the podcast hosts and verbally ask specific questions for them to answer, kind of like calling into a radio show. Let's ask them something.
All right, so we're diving deep today, and it's going to be a fascinating one this time.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, welcome. What's up?
Can you tell me more about Alan Turing?
Oh, absolutely. That's a fantastic question.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the giants of computer science.
What's fascinating here is that Turing wasn't just an engineer building things. He was a brilliant mathematician and a logician first.
Okay, let's unpack this. So his idea of the Turing machine, it wasn't a physical machine he built right away, was it?
Exactly. It was a theoretical model, a way to explore the very limits of what computation could be.
Finally, once I have a notebook I like, I can easily share this notebook with others, giving either viewer or editor permissions. Now, what if I become a power user of Notebook LM and I need more data and customization options? Or I need to work with my own company's data? Google has options for you. You can upgrade to Notebook LM Plus through Google One or a Google Workspace subscription, which lets you load in more data and add more customization. But what if I work for an enterprise company and I have security and compliance requirements, or I want to pull in data from a bunch of other places, such as Jira, Salesforce, and external sources? Google Cloud has the solution for this, Notebook LM Enterprise, part of Google Agentspace. This includes all the features of Notebook LM, and all of the data will stay in your own cloud project, and you have all the enterprise-grade features of Google Cloud. You can even use it if you don't use Google Workspace. This can all be set up in the Google Cloud Console. You can authenticate using your own identity provider, use VPC service controls, set IAM permissions, share across teams and organization, and even import Microsoft Office files. You can import data into Notebook LM Enterprise from any source in Agentspace search results. This includes first-party sources like cloud storage and Gmail, and third-party sources like Atlassian, Dropbox, GitHub, Notion, Salesforce, Workday, and a bunch of others. There's links in the description with a full list of connectors and how to set them up. You can learn more about how to set up Agentspace and Notebook LM Enterprise, including how to sign up for a free trial at the link in the description. Notebook LM is an incredibly useful tool for anyone who wants to learn. Whether you're a student, an industry professional, or just curious about the world, you can find something that will help you out. Now, let's dive deeper into Google Agentspace and how it can help enterprise organizations break down information silos using the latest developments in search, generative AI, and AI agents. Many large companies use a bunch of different software tools every day. Many of them work great on their own, but if you ever need to connect them together, that's a whole different story. Agentspace is a fully managed software-as-a-service product, which acts as a centralized information hub for an organization. It's like Google Search for everything inside your company. There's a variety of tools to connect powerful generative AI models to various data sources used in the business world. This means that you can create enterprise-grade internal search engines and AI agents, which have secure access to data from sources like Google Drive, Salesforce, Atlassian, Slack, and even Microsoft Office. You can access all of your enterprise data from a single place, and you can use Google-quality search and AI models to save a lot of time and effort. This product is easiest to understand if you see it in action, so let's try it out. Keep in mind that technology moves fast, so your environment might look slightly different depending on when you look. I have a demo instance of Agentspace, which is built out for a fictional company called NeuroVibe AI, which does data collection and annotation for companies interested in building AI solutions. However, this homepage can be customized for your organization to include your logo and style. Let's start by exploring this homepage and see what we have available to us. First, we have a big text box here, which we can use to search over all of our data or ask specific questions. At the bottom of the box, we see options for deep research, which we'll discuss more later. Search, which gives Agentspace access to Google Search, and Sources, where we can see all of the sources Agentspace has access to. In this case, the demo environment is configured with SharePoint, Google Workspace, Jira, OneDrive, Salesforce, and Slack. Below this box, we can also see some recommended questions to ask. If you look over at the left-hand side, you can see options for agents, prompts, and Notebook LM. We'll dive deeper into these later. Let's go ahead and try asking for something. Suppose I'm on the sales team, and I've been given some new accounts I need to get onboarded to. One of them is the Future Gamers account. When I ask my question, I can see all of the search results on the right-hand side from Salesforce and Slack, which have information about this account. I can filter the results by source if I want. All of these data sources are access controlled, so my user account can only see results that I have been given access to. I also have an AI-generated answer to my query, along with citations for the data, so I can verify that it's accurate. Let's take this conversation further. I'll ask some follow-up questions to see if this account could be a good fit for data annotation services. And I'll generate a marketing one-pager targeted for this customer. Now let's say I want to generate an image for this pitch. I can just ask for it, and Agentspace will automatically use the Google Imagine model to generate one. Now that I've made this pitch, I can send it off to someone in an email directly within Agentspace. The Gemini model will write it all out, and then I'm given a confirmation before it's sent. Now suppose I want to meet this customer at their office in Atlanta. And maybe I should check on the weather there before I head out. Note here that Agentspace automatically called a custom agent in this environment called the NeuroVibe Weather Agent. Now I want to invite future gamers to one of NeuroVibe's upcoming events. I can ask for a list of them and then add one to my calendar. So that's pretty neat. Let's explore more of Agentspace and see what we can do. We'll check out the Agents menu on the left side. This is the Agent Gallery, where you can find agents created by Google and your own organization. It's designed to be a centralized place to interact with first-party, third-party, and partner agents, no matter what platform was used to create it. You can see the Deep Research Agent, which creates a full research plan and outputs a detailed report with its findings. And there's Idea Generation, which is for brainstorming new ideas. On this page, you can also create your own agents with Agent Designer. You just click on Create, and you can describe your agent. Give it a name, a goal, and instructions for what it should do. Currently, all agents will have access to every connector within Agentspace, but in the future, you'll be able to limit to specific data sources and tools. Let's go back to the left side. We can view sample prompts to get inspiration for our various agents, and we can access Notebook LM Enterprise right here as well. I have another video about that already, but what I want to highlight here is that you can load specific data sources from search results directly into a Notebook LM notebook, where you can use it just like any other data in that tool. Now, how is Agentspace different from all the other Google products with agent in the name? All of them interact with agents in some way, but they're for different types of users or accomplish different tasks for the agents. In fact, let's see if Agentspace can answer this for us, connected into Google Search. This actually turned out pretty well. So Agent Development Kit, or ADK, is for building agents. Agent Engine is for deploying those agents. Agent Garden provides resources or sample agents to help you get started. And Agentspace is a complete platform for using AI agents within an enterprise. I'll also throw in Vertex AI Search, part of AI applications. Vertex AI Search lets you create external-facing search engines, like to put on your public website, whereas Agentspace is for an internal-facing search engine for your company's employees. Agentspace is an incredibly useful tool to boost productivity and impact across an organization by providing unified access to all of your enterprise data and agents. You can get started with it by going to the tutorial at goo.goal/agentspace-intro. You can find additional tutorials for connecting Google data here at goo.goal/agentspace-google-data and third-party sources here at goo.goal/agentspace-connectors. And of course, there's lots more information in the rest of the documentation. Check out the links in the description to try out Notebook LM, Notebook LM Enterprise, and Agentspace, and start exploring all they have to offer. Have fun exploring all these powerful tools, and let us know what you come up with.